Hey guys, this is your how-to guide to prime, square and cube numbers. So, I put example 17 on there and I said it is a prime number. Now it is a prime number because it can only be divided by 1 and 17, which means it has exactly two factors. And those factors must only be the number itself, so in this case 17, and 1. Two extra rules to be aware of. The prime number needs to be greater than 1, so 1 is not a prime number. Also, to be aware that number 2 is the only even prime number. Now sometimes you can get a bit confused with prime numbers because you think, oh yeah, other than 2, there's no other even prime numbers, which mean all the odd numbers are prime numbers, right? Not right, okay? Not every odd number is a prime number either, so you must be careful. For example, there we have 21. It's not a prime number, and that's because it can be divided by 7 and 3, as well as 1 and 21. So it doesn't fit the rules. It has more than two factors. So important things to try and remember, it's a bit like memorising your times tables, trying to remember all the prime numbers below 20 and just being aware of what they are already. So I've just listed them on there so you're aware of them, and maybe pause and take a good look at them. But we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. And those are all of the prime numbers below 20. Okay, moving on to square numbers, and what does it look like? So a square number is the result of multiplying a number by itself. So I've put some examples on there. So an example of multiplying it by itself, 1 times 1 equals 1. Therefore 1 is a square number. 2 times 2 equals 4. 4 therefore is a square number. And the same for 3 times 3 and 4 times 4. So 9 and 16 are also square numbers. Sometimes we can see square numbers literally represented in squares. So you can see 2 all on one side and 2 down the other side. It's the same as 2 times 2, and that gives you 4. And that makes a square when you combine all the blocks together. Okay, so what does it look like in terms of a question? Sometimes a question could ask you to square a number, and that's represented in a question like this. So we could have a whole number such as 6 and a little 2 above and to the right hand corner. That means it wants you to square 6. So that means we need to do 6 times 6. And for those that are quick with your times tables, it means that that would equal 36. Okay, moving on to cube numbers and what they look like. It's very similar to square numbers, apart from there's an extra step. They're all a bit bigger. So a cube number is the result of multiplying a number by itself twice. So for example, 1 cubed would be 1 times 1 times 1, which gives us 1. 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. So 2 cubed is 8. 3 cubed, 27, and 4 cubed, 64. So our answers in red there, 1, 8, 27 and 64 are all cube numbers. And again, we get our cube numbers named because they are numbers linked to creating cubes. So we have the length times width times height. Now, quite often, if you were to get a cube number question in your maths lesson or in maths tests, it would look like this. So it might ask you to cube a number, or it would just look like a 10 with a little 3 on the side. So if we see the little 3, that means we need to times 10 that many times. So we do 10 times 10 times 10, and that will give us the answer of 1,000. So just a final little bit to finish off. Can you try these 3 questions and try and find the answers to them? If you're not sure how to work out the answers, go back and watch the film clip again before giving them a go. If you're feeling confident, pause the film and have a go at working out those answers. So you've got, is 16 a prime number? All I need is a yes or a no. What is 7 squared? And what is 5 cubed? Okay, let's go through the answers. Is 16 a prime number? Hopefully you've put the answer, no, it's not. Okay, that's because number 1, it's an even number, which means there are multiple factors that fit into it, not just 1 and 16, such as 4, such as 2, such as 8. Okay, so it is not a prime number. The second question wanted you to square 7. So we square 7 by doing 7 times 7, which hopefully, if we know our times tables well, we would know as 49. The third question, you may have needed to write down a short multiplication method to help you work out this answer. So 5 cubed is the same as 5 times 5 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 5 gives us 125. Okay, so hopefully that's added a bit of clarity to prime, square and cube numbers for you, and that's us done. Good luck in your work, in whatever work you're doing based on this. If you need more clarity, I suggest watching it again. Good luck.